What's up guys, Main Man Sui here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I'm gonna talk a bit about Season 3 Kazuya in this video. I've never dedicated a video for the guy, my main, our main guys, our main, the Tekken GOAT. Well, I'm talking about myself now, but Kazuya, he gets the runner-up, he gets the second place. But I haven't made a video on this character since Season 3 and the initial Season 3 patch, and then we got the healthy patch where most notably reworked how heat works, you know, on pretty much every character in the game, except for the real GOATs. Dragunov, Lydia, King, and Victor. They will still infinity loop you with the dumbest mix-ups in the game. Love it, Bandai Namco. Well, to be honest, great patch, but please fix those characters in the May patch. It's gonna be out in a week. It's 1st of May today, so, you know, fingers crossed they nail it. Keep it up with the amazing patches. But so, Kazuya, what happened in Season 3? Down back 2 was adjusted. This is where... I love Duelist, he's so sweet. Anytime Kazuya gets something new, it's like, oh my god, S tier, it's the best thing ever, oh my god! And then he's the only one who uses it. I love it about Duelist, my sweet, sweet boy. He's such a sweet boy. But yes, we have Down back 2 reworked. It does this flip now, but everyone keeps complaining about. It looks goofy and clowny. I love that knockdown. It looks so violent to me. We're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna talk about whatever the fuck this is. But we can just start by saying that he lost, you know, with Season 3. Down back 1-2, Heat Dash into Rising Sun, right? So let's save this. So this is gone. I'm sure you know. Sorry, I just need to hold on my stick a little bit here to activate a specific button. It's getting really old, my stick, as you may know. So we do this. That's gone. And that is very good that it's gone. That was unbelievably dumb. The fact that Rising Sun would pick up and could put them on the wall into a full combo, you know, where you could bound into wall combo. Note that Kazuya can still do this by doing less damage, but doing damage 1-2 here. You see? Throws them up. So significantly less damage, but there's a similar effect. This one, however, is very precise to get the wall. Rising Sun was also very precise, but this one's even worse, as you can see. See if I can get it. You see, even the dash up is awkward. So as you can see, like, people have been doing shorts of this. There we go. I think showing on Twitter like, oh my god, look how broken it is. A 69. Nice. It's so specific, but it's almost not even a factor in my opinion. So what you will be doing is this, Patricide for 50 damage. I prefer Steel Pedal. I think it does 44. 43 does way less. But the potential damage from the Steel Pedal Oki, I think, is better. Of course, if this kills, you're gonna do it, right, for Patricide. Except I have no execution. So there you go. That's the biggest change with Kazuya in Season 3 with the initial patch. Huge nerf, but this was always stupid. It was always dumb, so I'm happy to see that go. And then, of course, yeah, he got this. Again, whatever the fuck that is. I never use that. I just don't see the point. Flash Punch is plus 20, you know, into Oki. 25 damage. This does 8 more damage and removes the Oki. What's the point? And then you go, well, maybe at the wall you'll use it. But again, it eats quite a bit of heat bar. You see this? It's a lot of heat to add 8 damage. There's no guaranteed follow-up here. Even if I do down 4, which is 12 frame startup, I can't catch Lydia with anything here. There's no guaranteed follow-up. So, 8 more damage, sacrificing a lot of heat to do it. Why not just do a normal 1-1-2? Like, to me, there's no real utility to this. So unless I see some Kazuya main show up and say, oh, look what I did with it, I'm just like, I don't even consider this a factor. So far we have nerfs, right? And then we have a reworked down back 2. So this would be, you know, -9 or -8 on block. No, it was -9, wasn't it? And then counter it knockdown into steel pedal. Now it's -4 on block, which is significantly better, right? And still knocks down the new knockdown counter hit. And this also obviously means with the new mechanic of that knockdown that if we're standing here where there's a breakable floor, I will now break the floor, right? So now it's like a counter hit launcher, right, with stage hazard. But, and some people, like, I saw FDX react to this, and he was like, oh my god, did Kazuya need that? Even Nee said. Like, does Kazuya need counter hit launch like this? Huge counter hit launchers? And I'm just sitting there like, are we looking at the same thing? Like, I don't know, it might be part of like the season 3 outrage machine, you know, where we want to be very negative about stuff, you know, we want to find things to shit on. Maybe I'm a biased Kazuya main, but I gotta say, time has proven me right in that I haven't seen a single Kazuya player use this move. And I'm gonna explain why to you right now. So first off, say we even have a breakable floor. Most of the time, we don't. Am I gonna start fishing counter hits with this? Like, first off, it's got poor range. It's -4 on block, 18 frame startup, right? And if it hits normally, I get a +7 some damage, which is nice. You know, I'm not complaining, and I'm forcing Lydia into a crouch. But say I get the counter hit. Oh my god, the counter hit launch. While stage hazards have been nerfed so much, like look at the damage. Like with the wall, I got 71 damage. So to me, it's like, let me introduce you to Kazuya's forward 3, right? 2 frames slower, -3 on block, launches on normal hit, no scaling. I won't even use the wall. I did more damage. So that's the, or like, you know, again, as I told you, most of the time you won't have a breakable floor. So you'll do, what's the point of down back 2 when I have forward 4? Again, 1 frame slower, +7 also on hit, +4 on block, also counter its knockdown into steel pedal. Why would I use down back 2? So this is a nice little novelty gimmick, but again, unless someone has a very strong argument, maybe you could put it in the comment section. I don't see how that's a great move. It's an interesting move. To me, something interesting you can do with it that people even did during Tekken 7 with down back 2 is, down back 2 was very good in Tekken 7 because this happened on a normal hit. So normal hit, you would get down back 2 knockdown into steel pedal. That was very strong. It tracked quite a bit more to his weak side than something like forward 3. God, what the hell? What kind of point was I making? Alzheimer's is striking Joe Biden Swee here. I guess I'll just wrap up down back 2 here and that. Yeah, unless someone finds some nice utility of this, I don't see the point. Oh, right, I was gonna tell you about something like this. The stuff like this in Tekken 7 was kind of cute. You do down back 2 on block, and then everyone was gonna be like, oh, he knows he lost his turn, right? He's -9. And then even a lot of pros would sometimes rip Demon Godfist here, because people were so convinced you just gave up your turn. The down back 2 into, now that it's -4 on block, maybe catch people off guard. Maybe some people don't know about the -4. You can do an Uraken, or just pop the Demon Godfist, take the risk. But yeah, I just don't see how this is great. And I guess that's it for the Season 3 changes. So now we're gonna go to the latest patch, and this is the significant patch, right, where they nerfed heat. And this is where Kazuya took a huge nerf to his blender and his heat. in that, and I don't even know if they mentioned this in the patch notes, but yeah, I'm gonna pop heat here. Look now when I do Thunder God Fist, I'll get some heat back, right? Boom, you saw that, right? And that's an effect we've also had in Season 2 on Hellsweep Heaven's Gate. But they removed that, which I think was great, but I don't think it was in the patch notes. And this makes it so that if you pop Heat Burst, Hellsweep Heaven's Gate, I will now exit heat. Boom, because I don't get any heat back. So the mix-up we're accustomed to always getting after we land this, where I can do Devil Fist or Laser on the ground. So that's gone from Heat Burst. Now, you have to land a Heat Engager to get a full bar of heat. Do this, and now I can threaten you with the mix. But look how much heat I lost. Seriously, look how much heat this costs. So now I can threaten her with the mix. But now also, you'll remember that they even nerfed Kazuya's recovery. He recovers 5 frames slower from normal Thunder God Fist and Heaven's Gate, Hellsweep Heaven's Gate. Both Heaven's Gate, 5 frames. I'm at -5. I used to be neutral. So this means that even with the full bar of heat here, the wake-up situation is nowhere near as good as it was. It used to be, right? In the neutral here. They basically get up for free. But this is especially a nerf to the vortex you would do here at the wall. Where if you hit Hellsweep Heaven's Gate next to a wall, there'll actually be a disgusting wake-up situation where if they try to stand up immediately, down for 2 will just clip them and they'll just spin 360 on the ground, and then you can keep up the Oki pressure. And some of you might not even know, he could do OTG here, where you do Hellsweep Heaven's Gate, and then you did down back 1-2 here. This, if they try to get up, it will reset them by OTG. They just relaunch, reset into the air, and you get a combo, a mini combo. So all of that God Mode Oki is just gone from this situation. Oh, sorry. So here they get up for free. I'll do down for 2. And she can block it for free. There's no real Oki here. So this is a massive nerf, like a massive nerf to his heat. And it's a huge nerf to his heat burst, because the situation here just isn't that good anymore. And my heat is gone, and I did 45 damage. And even at the wall, I don't get a whole lot, right? So this, in my opinion, has led to a situation where when you pop heat, you don't even use the enhanced Hellsweep. And as far as I'm concerned, I just use normal Hellsweep now. So as far as like powered up low in heat, you're looking at the heat smash. You're not looking at Hellsweep Heaven's Gate unless you think it's going to kill, because it still does 45 damage. So that's still quite a bit of damage from the 16 frame Hellsweep animation. And of course, it has to be mentioned that if there is a breakable floor, it will still act as a launcher, right? Because it still breaks the floor. That's still good. That's still solid damage. So all in all, that sweep is way more situational now, and you have to be way more careful and selective about where you place it. So for me, if I heat burst into Devil Kazuya, most of the time, I'm looking at normal Hellsweep, which is strong enough, you know. 31 damage, great, best Oki situation in the game. And then you sort of look, as you used to, for Damak 1-2 opportunity, which is still, I think, his best heat move, right? And then you still have Shikue, and you still have Devil Fist in heat, with its tracking. Extremely strong, right? But this still serves as a big nerf to his heat, you know, everything considered. But that's very good because we wanted less heat in the game. And the heat iteration of Kazuya now resembles normal Kazuya more in that you're doing normal hell sweeps. And heat now can be a Devil Fist attempt or down back 1-2, etc. And you no longer do down back 1-2 into Rising Sun. So the character feels way healthier now. But all in all, he was never one of the worst offenders. But I'm happy to see this if it means all the other characters are getting nerfed. So that's basically Season 3 Kazuya. I don't think I missed anything. Everyone has come down, well, except for Dragunov and those characters. And Kazuya still remains on the same placing on the tier list as far as I'm concerned. He's like a bottom 10, which might sound drastic, like, oh, he's useless, what a trash character, that's low tier. But Tekken 8 is a very competitive game. It's a more well-balanced game. Note that I'm not talking about game design now. I'm talking about balancing. It's a much better balanced game than Tekken 7 was. And honestly, most Tekken games I can think of. So, being bottom 10 doesn't mean that much in this game. And, you know, if we compare to the bottom 1 character, Devil Jin, Kazuya is much better than Devil Jin in my opinion. Due to Devil Fist, Patricide, forward 4, his house sweep, how strong his heat is, down back 4, Scourge, Flash. You know, but the guy still has tools, right? So you can absolutely compete with this guy. If your name is Keisuke, you can compete with him. But he's still so far behind, in my opinion, like the really, really strong characters. At the end of the day, you know, you're competing with Kazuya against characters that have, like, you know, G-Clef installs. The thing is, you know, they've nerfed installs quite a bit. They're not the big factor they were in Season 2. But it's still true to say that, like, these characters, they land on attack, and when they have an enhanced attack, and even in their neutral state, they can compete with Kazuya quite a bit. So it is a bit unfair when your character, at the end of the day, doesn't have an install, you don't have a G-Clef, you don't have stances, poking, rushdown. Most of the top tiers, or almost all of them, they have stuff like this, and Kazuya doesn't. And when you compare him to Dragunov, it's very obvious why Kazuya can't compete on that level unless your name is Keisuke and you're just the best player in the world and you're outplaying everyone. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, like, you just compare to the strongest Mishima, and it's Heihachi, and it's just having dumb stuff like a wall splatting flash punch. That's kind of stupid. 13 long range, 13 frame check. I mean, look at the range. It's unnatural, right? Safe on block with mind games. You need these checks. You need to check control opponents. You want control. Kazuya lacks that control. Kazuya is forced to block so much in a game where you really don't want to block too much. So Kazuya, all in all, we play him because he's the baddest motherfucker in the game, and he is so fun to play. He's so cool. Nothing beats stepping on attack, landing an electric in their face, launching them. That's the best feeling ever in Tekken, and now I can't do it. Best feeling. Best feeling. And then you do that, right? Stuff like this is why I play Kazuya. The most technical fighting game character ever. But so yeah, I think he stays bottom 10. I think all the new stuff he got was fluff. He didn't need any buffs anyway. He more so got nerfed with Danbaku went to Rising Sun. And then of course this was a huge nerf to the character. To his heat burst and to his Oki. And the heat blender, right? But that's something we welcome, and I appreciate that because it meant everyone else got nerfed as well. But so yeah, that's the status of Kazuya. Still solid, strong, fun as fuck to play. It's just that he's probably not very good if you're gonna play Evo top 8, right? But you can absolutely still win with him online. Just know that you're going to have to work very hard because you have so little mental stack. Everything else I just mentioned in terms of stance, rushdown, install, etc. You don't have that, but you also don't have mental stack. That's something that's also, a lot of people forget about that, but it helps you so much in ranked online. Just how much can I throw at my opponent to make them think like, oh my god, what is he gonna do next? Kazuya is super difficult because you don't have a mental stack. Everyone knows you're gonna do this or this or this. There's not a whole lot about your for your opponent to think about in terms of your options. And also you have the easiest counterplay in the game, step left. Like, everything is against you when you play this character, and that's why he's bottom 1 win rate. He's bottom 1 online. So it just makes sense, you know, when you stop to think about everything. But so these are my thoughts on Kazuya in Season 3. Stay strong, Kazuya mains. You guys are the GOATs. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.